Something smooth yet sinister, coming through to diminish you. And this here's the finisher. Check it out.
What is going on, guys? Trey coming back at your screen by means of the World Wide Web. And today for you guys, we're going to get right into the top 5 light type units or light element units in Global Brave Frontier, in my opinion. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get smack dab into it and start off with our number 5 unit. Alright, the number 5 unit in my opinion anyway. Alright, I give it to the Dory. Alright, Angelic Champion the Dory. Okay, so here's why. Alright, the leader skill is not bad. It's just not really meta. I doubt you're going to be using her for leader too much. Okay, her extra skill is pretty decent for herself. Okay, greatly boosts elemental damage and boosts attack defense when damage taken has exceeded a certain amount for 2 turns. Alright, so that's a self boost to her alone, so that's not too bad. Alright, that's not too bad for her. So nice attack and defense boost. Alright, and she also boosts her own light elemental damage. Beautiful stuff. Alright, now when the Dory shines, SBB, guys. Okay, her BB is decent. 15 combo light AoE, greatly boosts attack defense recovery for 3 turns, and boosts light elemental damage. Alright, now her SBB is pretty much a stronger version of her BB. Alright, 18 hit light AoE attack, greatly boosts attack defense and recovery for 3 turns, and I believe that's by 120%. Alright, all 3 of those stats by 120 is very useful. Okay, on one unit, that's pretty freaking useful. Also boosts light elemental damage, and then in addition, damage taken greatly boosts BB gauge. There goes that useful buff again, guys. Alright, useful. So she is able to give you that. Alright, and that's good stuff. Now her UBB, it's good, but it's pretty much outclassed at this point. It's basically what Magus used to do. Alright, what the Lord Magus used to do. Treasure, Sacred Lands, 20 combo massive light attack on all foes. The more HP she has, the more damage it deals. Fully recovers HP and reduces damage taken to 1 for 1 turn. Alright, so she got a little bit of Magus up in there. Alright, like I said, it's still very useful. If you need to just block something for 1 turn, there is nothing better than only getting 1 damage inflicted upon you when something is really supposed to wipe your squad out. Alright, so that's very useful. But as stated before, the 75% mitigation over 3 turns pretty much outweighs this because it lasts longer. It doesn't reduce the damage as much, but it reduces it well enough and for 3 turns. Okay, so you're probably not going to be getting too much use out of her UBB anymore. But her SBB is good. Alright, it's great. Very useful buff, boosting 3 stats by 120%. The light elemental damage boost is kind of a bonus. Alright, you're not really going to be using it for that, honestly. And then it's an 18 hit light AoE. Alright, so she's a very useful unit. Okay, and I do use her quite often. Guys. Very glad to have that beautiful anima type of her. Alright, number 4 pick for the top 5 light units in my opinion goes straight to Arc. Alright, Trial unit, Trial 007, baby. I think that's the one that says anyway. So you complete Trial 007, you unlock this beast unit, Arc. Alright, what makes Arc good? His leader skill is not bad by any means, guys. Okay, probably won't get too much use out of it nowadays, but it's not bad. Alright, any leader skill that boosts all stats by 35% is okay in my book. Alright, that is fine by Trey. Alright, so 35% boost to all stats, boost spark damage, and greatly boost BC drop rate produced by spark. Alright, so this guy's all about the sparkity spark in addition to a really good stat boost. Alright, his extra skill is pretty decent as well. It only helps him out though. Probable slight HP recovery and probable slight BB gauge boost when attack. Alright, so basically when he gets attacked, he has a chance to heal a little bit of HP and a little bit of BB gauge. Okay, nice stuff there. Now, where this guy comes in at the number 4 spot is the usefulness of his BB, SBB, and UBB. Alright, the BB, he's one of the first units, alright, that was able to get that normal hit count boost on BB. Alright, not a lot of units even now have that capability. Okay, but Arc does, makes him useful, and it's 22 hits as well. Pretty decent hit count. Nice spark blanket. Alright, nice BCHC production with that, and raising that normal hit amount. Alright, good stuff, very useful stuff right there. So for free-to-play players who probably don't have a lot of the units that you get out of the Red Summer Gate, this is going to be your go-to unit for raising normal hit count. Alright, him, and then probably on UBB Selena. Alright, for the free-to-play players, baby. Now his SBB 32 combo, light attack on our foes. The more HP he has, the more damage it does. I believe the damage modifier on his SBB is 750%, which is pretty high. Alright, it's not the highest, but that's pretty freaking high. Alright. And boost attack for 3 turns. I believe the attack boost is by 140%. Alright, so significant attack boost, in addition to it being a nice spark blanket, nice BCHC production, so on and so forth. Alright, so he goes really good with his own leader skill, which is what I like. I like when a unit pairs up nicely with their own leader skill. Now, the UBB is not bad, it just is unlikely to get a lot of use nowadays. It's definitely far from a meta UBB. Alright, 26 combo, light attack on all foes, boost BB attack and adds all elements for 3 turns. I doubt you'll be using that too much, especially with units like Zero Aya and even 6-star Sheeta in the game now. Alright, or there's a lot of units that paint with a majority of the elements. Alright, so you can bring probably 2 units and have all 6 elements if you don't have Zero Aya. So yeah, you won't be using that UBB too much. But his BB and SBB, that's where this guy kind of shines at. Alright, so that's why we gave him the number 4 spot. Pretty freaking nice. Now, the number 3 unit on my list, guys, I actually don't have as of yet. RNG hasn't decided to give me this unit yet, so as in previous videos, I'm just going to throw the information off to the left side of the screen. But my number 3 pick goes to Lunar Blade Roosh. Alright, so Lunar Blade Roosh is basically your most recent, in global anyway, in global Brave Frontier, your most recent crit unit. Alright, Roosh is all about the crit, baby. On his BB, he's got a 2-hit but 30 drop check. Alright, BB, it's a light AoE attack, 50% crit damage up 300, and he does the DOT for 3 turns as well. Alright, now the SBB is 1 hit, 30 drop check. Alright, it's a light AoE, boost BB attack, alright, on consecutive uses, just like old Rogan. Alright, for each turn you use it up to a maximum of 5 times, it's going to increase the damage modifier by 100%. Alright, he adds the 4 main elements, fire, water, earth, and thunder, to your allies' attack. Alright, he boosts crit damage by 50%, and he still gets that DOT. Now, pair that with his extra skill, and you got a nice crit unit, guys, because on his BB and SBB, he's already giving you that 50% boost in crit damage. Okay, now his extra skill gives you that 60% boost in your crit hit rate. He adds it to the BB and the SBB, guys. Excellent. Alright, so another unit that can do the crit rate and the crit damage on their own. Alright, they don't need help from another unit in order to get that boost. Okay, so if you need some straight up crit damage, you need Roosh on your squad, guys. Okay, his leader skill, let me see here. Reduce the BB cost by 20%, boost crit damage by 150%, 40% boost to HP and attack. Alright, so that's not bad. Alright, that's not bad at all. Alright, but you're mainly only going to want to use that if you need that crit. Alright, if you need that crit, put him as lead. Otherwise, I doubt you're really going to want to use him for the rest of his leader skill. Alright, but this guy's all about the crit. Alright, now if you equip the guiding light sphere to him, it does give him 20% boost to all stats. Alright, and he has a 100% chance to get 10 BC field on spark. Alright, but he gotta have the guiding light sphere equipped, which you get from the GGC with the Sodas and his batch. Alright, so very powerful, hard hitting crit unit here, guys. Okay, so you're gonna do some serious wreckage as far as crit damage and crit rate if you put Roosh on your squad. And that's why we're giving him the number 3 spot, because when it comes to OTKing or just straight out damage dealing, you're going to want a unit like Roost on your squad. Alright, very useful. Very, very useful. Alright. Now, moving right along to our number 2 pick. Alright, this one may not come as a surprise because this is my boy. And he's been my boy ever since he got introduced to Global. My man Krantz. Alright, my man with the plan Krantz. Now, this unit is in the number 2 spot, but it's by a smidget, guys. Alright, I personally don't think my number 1 pick blows this unit away because this is a very solid unit, guys. And the reason he's so solid is because of how versatile he is. Okay, now when it comes to the leader skill, I doubt many people nowadays are using him as a leader because he's a rainbow leader. Alright, you get a 30% boost to max HP if you use a rainbow squad, which is 5 different elements. You are going to get a 100% boost to attack, and he also boosts the BC and AC drop rate. I believe it's by 15%. Alright, now one of the things that makes Krantz so good is his extra skill. Alright, he is another mitigator that has an extra skill that reduces the amount of BB gauge needed for BB. Alright, which really lowers his BC cost by a significant amount, guys. Okay, he's not as low as Elmo. Elmo is the lowest as far as I know for mitigators, but I would probably say he's second place because of his extra skill. Alright, also that probable 20% damage reduction, when it procs, it helps a lot. Alright, but that reducing BB gauge is constant across the board, guys. So you really take his BB cost way down with that. Alright, if you equip him with a sphere like the Phantom Gizmo, man, you'll be getting a ton of freaking BB gauge. You put that BB gauge on the attack buff on the squad, and man, this guy is pretty much guaranteed to have full SBB every turn, guys. Alright, and like I said, he's very versatile, and he's a very, very, very useful mitigator. Alright, +1, he's a mitigator. Alright, now let's talk about his versatility, guys. Alright, first we got the BB. Innocent Light's Judgment, 12 combo powerful light attack on all foes. Adds light and dark element to all your allies for 3 turns. Reduces damage taken by 50% and removes all status elements. Alright, so ding, useful. Alright, every aspect of that BB is useful. Every piece of it. Alright, so he only removes status elements, he doesn't negate. So if you need negation, you're going to need to bring a different unit for that. Alright, the fact that he paints with light and dark is not something too crucial nowadays. There are a ton of units that can paint. Alright, but it still adds to his versatility. Alright, it makes him versatile. If you only need light and dark, you don't need no unit that paints with all the elements, then hey, there you go. Free up a slot for a unit that can be more useful. Alright, now his SBB, this is also where he shines, guys. Alright, 16 combo powerful light attack on all foes. Greatly recovers HP. Alright, when you use that SBB, this guy's going to heal your entire squad. That is dumb useful. Like I can't even really explain how useful it is. Very, 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 very useful. Okay, he still adds that light and dark elements, and you still get that damage mitigation for 1 turn. Okay, but that healing on that SBB, guys, is a lifesaver. Alright, it is a lifesaver. The fact that if you can get SBB every turn, you can count on getting damage mitigation, and you can count on being at full or near full HP because of it. Alright, excellent stuff, guys. As to his versatility, which is excellent. Now his UBB is not bad, it's just outclassed once again, okay, because he only does 75% mitigation for 2 turns, but there's a nice number of units that does it for 3 turns, so you probably won't be using his UBB too much. Alright, but the BB and SBB, most definitely. That's what makes this guy so good, guys. He's a very versatile unit, able to remove status elements, paint with light and dark, heal, mitigate, alright, very useful unit in my opinion. Still widely used by me as well. I use this unit very often still, guys. Okay, now the number 1 pick shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to you guys. But the #1 pick goes to my man Mad Heretic Gazia. Alright. Now, the only thing I can say that's bad about this unit is the BC cost. Okay, Gazia has a pretty steep BB cost. Alright, but it's for good reason, because he has freaking OP BB, OP SBB, and even his UBB is pretty OP as well. Alright, you're not really going to be using it too much because it's outclassed once again, but it's still pretty useful, and he's a free unit, guys. Alright, you get him for beating a trial. So yeah, so his leader skill, very useful. Alright, he's got a top tier leader skill for sure. 35% boost to all stats, flat 10% reduction in damage across the board. Alright, he also reduces damage when you guard. Alright, so if you guard, damage is reduced by a greater amount, and he restores HP when guarding. Okay, alright, now his extra skill is pretty good. He has an extra skill that helps out your entire squad, which I do like. Alright, he reduces all elemental damage received on himself, but he boosts all allies' BB gauge when he uses his BB or SBB. I believe it's by 4. Alright, it's not a significant amount, but hey, it helps. Alright, it's better than those with selfish extra skills. Okay, so he has a very useful leader skill, very useful extra skill. But where this unit shines is BB and SBB. Alright, very high cost, so you're gonna want to put some spheres on that increases BB gauge fill rate, or give him BB gauge when attacked, or something like that. That's why I have the Heresy Orb on him. Alright, it boosts his BC efficacy, which basically means a BC is going to fill up more of his gauge than if I didn't have that sphere on him. Alright, so it helps keep him pretty full. Okay, it helps. He needs a little more help because he has high BC costs, but this sphere definitely helps a tremendous amount. Okay, but the BB, alright, 22 combo, light AoE attack, reduces damage taken by 50%, boosts defense relative to attack for 3 turns, and boosts BB gauge when guarding to all allies for 3 turns. Okay, so yeah, he gives a pretty substantial boost to your defense when he uses that, guys. It is a substantial amount. I can't remember the exact number, but it is substantial. You will see and recognize the difference. Alright, and then you flip that around for his SBB. Alright, on his SBB, 32 hit AoE light attack, damage mitigation, boosts attack relative to defense for 3 turns, and boosts BB attack for 3 turns. Okay, so he turns around, and instead of boosting defense like his BB does, he's boosting attack. And like I said before, it is a substantial boost to attack that's gonna stack with a flat attack boost, such as if you were using a unit like Shara. Alright, it's gonna stack with that, and you are going to notice your entire squad is going to be hitting very hard, guys. Okay, now his UBB is not bad by any means, it's just kind of outclassed. Alright, 40 hit massive light attack, reduces damage taken by 75% for only 2 turns, but it also creates a dark elemental barrier. Alright, so probably that first turn you're going to be taking way less than just 75% damage. Alright, but the turn after, you may only get this true 75% mitigation because the barrier may be broken at that point. Okay, so Gazia, #1 light unit in the Global Brave Frontier, in my opinion. Just make sure you put on some spheres to help with his BC cost, and you got yourself a solid unit, guys. He's a trial unit, so just beat the trial. I believe it's trial X4 that he is. So beat that trial, and man, you got a powerful unit on your hands. You got a monster. Okay, give him some spheres that help with his BB gauge, and just watch this guy turn your squad into just something terrible, man. Okay, so Gazia, #1 light unit in Global Brave Frontier, in my opinion. Alright, honorable mention, I'm even going to surprise myself with this one, but I give honorable mention to Charlotte. Alright, now Charlotte is strictly support. She's a strictly support unit, and in my opinion, those aren't units that I really favor too much. Let's just put it that way. Alright, I don't really favor units that are support only, but what she does as a support only unit helps your squad tremendously, guys. Alright, Her leader skill is actually decent. Alright, it's useful. I say she has a useful leader skill. 40% boost to HP and defense, boost BC drop rate and BB gauge field rate, and boost BB gauge when attacked. Very useful. Alright. Stat boost and really helping out that BB gauge a ton is basically what it's all about. Her extra skill is really good as well. Negates status ailments on herself and renders herself able to withstand 1 KO attack when her HP is below 20%. So basically, as long as she doesn't get blown out of the water, she's not going to die when she get hit with a death dealing blow. Okay, so very useful leader skill, extra skill. Now with her BB, SBB, and UBB, she helps the squad tremendously, guys. Alright, she does. She doesn't attack at all with any of them. Alright, the only way you're really going to be dealing any kind of real damage with this unit is if you just attack. Alright, you gotta attack with it. Otherwise, not really going to be doing anything as far as dealing damage. So, with her BB, she's going to slightly boost the BB gauge, greatly recover HP, remove all status elements, and give you HOT and BOT, alright, on your squad. Useful, just no attack, no damage, alright. The SBB, she's going to boost the BB gauge, boost critical damage, greatly boost spark damage, and probable BB gauge boost from spark damage for 3 turns. Useful, yet again, alright, just no damage, alright. Her UBB is also great, alright, 50% damage reduction for 3 turns, which is going to stack with a damage mitigation unit's BB and or SBB, okay? It's going to stack, alright? Now, it's not going to stack to 100%, 50 plus 50, it doesn't work that way, but it's going to be a substantial amount of damage reduced, okay? Probable resistance against 1 KO attack and fully recovers HP and enormously boosts BB gauge for 3 turns, alright? So basically, she takes HOT and BOT to a whole nother level, alright? You're basically going to be getting filled up for the following 3 turns, in addition to nice damage mitigation and a chance to get an Angel Eye effect put on your unit, alright? So that is a UBB pretty much unlike any other, alright? There are some UBBs out there that can do some of what hers does, but not all of it for sure, okay? So Charlotte is a very useful unit. Just don't count on her for damage at all, guys. That's not her purpose. Her purpose is just to buff your squad in a tremendous amount of ways, and she does it well, okay? Now my Charlotte, it's on the Guardian type, so I haven't really decked her out yet. I'm waiting for Anima, but once I get Anima, I'm gonna deck that Charlotte out, and I'll be using her a lot more. All right, she kind of blew me away because, like I stated before, I didn't really too much believe in support only units until this unit came out. All right, when she came out, I was like, yeah, oh yeah, she's nice. All right. And she frees up a lot of squad. Like, putting this unit in your squad will change your squad makeup completely because she covers a lot of bases on her own. Okay, so you just put in a bunch of other units that can kind of help complement what she already does for your squad, and man, you got a tough squad. Okay, so honorable mention goes to Charlotte for the light units, in my opinion, and that is going to wrap this video up, guys. All right, so hope you found it helpful, informative. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree, disagree, whatever the case may be, alright? Put it down there and let me know what you guys think, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you all for watching. Please continue to like, subscribe, favorite, share, comment, and everything else. And of course, I'll be back at your screen with more Brave Frontier Global soon. Later, guys.